Hi flowers. Today's video is a video I bring to you from my amazing little kitchen again. And today we are making, preface. I like to make things in bulk and stick them in the freezer. If you don't know, we live a little rural. We don't really have, I think technically in town we have one or two restaurants, and a bigger town is about 30-ish minutes away, and even then we still don't really eat out much just because of ingredients and cost and just all the things, right? So I like to keep our fridge and our freezer stocked with food that we can essentially whip up quickly, conveniently. I make most of our meals from scratch, base ingredients. I wouldn't necessarily call us an ingredient only kitchen because we do have some convenience items, whether they be chips, crackers, pasta, things like that. But for the most part, yes, we have more ingredients than not. But that is besides the point. Today, I am going to show you how I make bulk meat spaghetti sauce for, today we're gonna have that for dinner and probably tomorrow for lunch. And then the rest is going to be portioned up and stuck in the freezer for a future meal. And I love cooking like this. It is super convenient. It doesn't take much more time than making one batch of spaghetti sauce like for tonight's dinner. I'm making technically a triple batch, which I should be able to portion out to have for about four to 5 meals for my family. Again, my family is small. It is my husband, myself, and our son. So we really don't need that much to get us through. You know what I mean? So if you want to see how I make this, then keep watching. In true me fashion, I did not think so far ahead, but they're mostly defrosted, so they're chilling right here while I get the rest of my ingredients ready so that this can move along quickly. And in case you're wondering, this is from a local-ish ranch to us, and last year we purchased a full cow, and that's the meat that we're eating out of, or from, I guess. When I do these types of things, I honestly try to shove as many ingredients as I can into these items because sometimes you have some random vegetables that are hanging out in your kitchen and you want to use them up. Well, at least I do. I don't exactly love waste. So I try to shove as much of things as I can into different meals, different things that we're having so that, we actually use what we purchase and just less waste. Although we do have pigs, so any things that kind of go bad just get tossed out to the chickens and the pigs, so they're happy campers. But ideally, I would still like us to consume what I purchase. You know what I mean? This is what I have to work with this time. I had some baby bella mushrooms that really need to get used up. I grabbed, this one was already on the counter, and then I went to go pick this one. These are from our garden, which I'm very, very happy. We have been getting some zucchini that have kept us in at least some homegrown veggie situations, which is fantastic. I'm going to chop up these 2 onions. I don't know how much garlic, but some garlic. And then this is a straggler piece of onion that I will toss in as well. I will end up chopping up some spinach and tossing that in as well. And this is my scrap bucket, which this and anything that I need to have go in from here, go into there. So let's get chopping. My little pile of garlic skin. I have my chopped up garlic, chopped up zucchini, I have my onion. I still haven't gotten to the mushrooms. I was actually giving myself time to let the meat thaw, which it's thawed enough by now. So I'm just going to turn on my burner, excuse my stove, it is not the cleanest, on about medium low, probably just medium. Let that get nice and hot. Get out my, so this drawer is such a mess. And I have some home rendered lard right here. Use your fat of choice, of course. My meat, I still need to open up those cans, but ooh, I forgot about this. So I was always against this, and I finally decided to purchase, and I have no idea what I've been doing with my life. This is such a fabulous little tool. It makes, as long as the meat is thawed, that is key. Makes breaking up the meat so easy. Can't believe it took me this long. And I just ordered this off of Amazon, so highly recommend this if you've been on the fence. This thing's amazing. That is my PSA for the day. My Dutch oven is pretty much hot enough, so I'm just gonna add my lard, let that melt up. See, it's nice and hot. So just let that coat the bottom of the pan, and then we're going to just dump in the meat. And the meat is, like I mentioned, thawed enough for this to work now. And we're gonna go in with that fancy little tool. While this cooks down a bit, because I like to get it about halfway cooked through, and I switched out the tool thing for just a wooden spoon because it's easier to mix once it's all, you know, done like that. I'm going to get started on chopping up these mushrooms. Not sure how much I'm going to use, but we'll see where we are. Right about here, I'm going to add in all of our onions, and then again, just let that all cook down. Okay, so I have to show you something real quick. The husband is working on some jerky over here, and he is experimenting. That's why we're doing it in our little oven thing over here. This has a dehydrate function. And yeah, if this comes out very tasty, which I'm pretty sure it will, I'll have him share his little recipe situation, but it looks tasty, right? When the onions are starting to get a little bit translucent-ish, that's when I add the zucchini, and I am about to add the mushrooms. I first need to chop them up, but we're gonna let this cook down for a little bit as well. I'm also going to add in the garlic right now. I don't think I'll be very successful at, you know, putting this all in the pot one-handed. We will attempt. If I need to put it down, then I will just put it down, but we are going to try to do this, which we will see. You know what? Nope. Be right back. I did it, and I didn't actually make a huge old mess, so that's good. So we're just gonna stir that up. I'm gonna let this cook down for a few minutes. Then we are going to add our tomato sauce, or excuse me, these are organic crushed tomatoes. For the amount of meat that I did, I kind of do every pound of meat, I'll do one of these, so 3 of these cans. Okay, I didn't realize that it wasn't recording when I did this, but I did about 2 teaspoons of thyme, probably 2 tablespoons of parsley, 2 teaspoons of marjoram, probably 1.5 tablespoons of oregano, and another 1.5 tablespoons of basil, give or take. I put them in here and I mushed them up with my fingers to release the oils, and then I put it in here. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it wasn't recording, but that's pretty much what I did. And once you add it in, you get essentially an immediate explosion of smell. It's fabulous. And then here, we'll start adding our tomato sauce. I'll probably rinse this out with a little bit of water and pop it right back in just to get all that amazing goodness. And this one. So here's this one. I added a little bit of water. I'm just gonna kind of swoosh it around, get all of that goodness that's still in there. And I'll do that to the rest of them and then I'll come back. Okay, I have all of that in there already and I'm going to stir it up. Actually, I think I'm gonna pause right here real quick and add salt and pepper. How much salt and pepper? Again, totally up to you. This is a lot of sauce, so I'm going to start out with a tablespoon-ish, probably 1.5 of salt, and probably, a little under 1 tablespoon of pepper. And again, we are going to adjust the seasonings as needed. This is going to simmer away for probably about 2 hours. Then I'll check it then. One thing that I can't forget is, I learned this on the Food Network, I'm pretty sure from Giada. So I keep a baggie of a lot of stuff in here, as you can see, but I keep my Parmesan rinds in here. And whenever I make pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce, anything really saucy like that, I like to add oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to open this, am I? I'm gonna use my teeth. Excuse me. I like to add this because it gives it a fabulous flavor, and I'm pretty sure it was from Giada. These are two that are kind of like stuck to each other. And this is going to give such delicious flavor, and we'll fish it out once it's all done cooking, and it is going to be marvelous. So yes. Again, I'm gonna leave this here for about 2 hours, then we'll come back and check the flavor. I actually did forget to mention one thing. You do you. I like to add, for this amount, probably a heaping tablespoonful of honey, just to balance out the acidity from the tomatoes. And there's nothing wrong with my honey. This is just crystallized honey. It is still absolutely delicious. And again, this will just help balance out the acidity of the tomatoes and help bring out its natural sweetness. And then I get to lick the spoon. So this has been simmering away for a good, probably over 2 hours now. And it is delicious. I already tasted it, and the husband did as well. The salt is good. Everything is good. So right now I'm going to chop up some basil, which I just went to pick. Not gonna lie, that's pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna take these off of the stems. Then I'm gonna chop up a bunch of spinach, and then we're going to add that to the sauce and let it continue simmering for probably about 10 more minutes, and it'll be ready. This is the chopped basil. Probably could have done some more, but that is all that I did. And I'm gonna leave that uncovered while I chop up the spinach. Just kind of toss that around real quick. And oh, it smells so good with that addition. I didn't even attempt to show me putting in the spinach one-handed because that was just not going to end well. I ended up using about half of the box of spinach, which was what was left. And this is going to cook down into the sauce. And it's not that anyone in my family has trouble eating vegetables. It's just, I figure if I can stuff as much nutrition into a meal or a sauce as I can, then I will definitely do it. We will probably still always have like a side salad with spaghetti or anything like that. But I mean, I already know that this is filled with lots of yumminess. I mean, you saw we added mushrooms, we added zucchini, we added spinach. So it's full of all the good stuff, and that spinach will cook down into basically nothing. So this will just sit here while I cook up the pasta. So our sauce is ready, and then here is the floating bits of parm rind, which is totally fine. I just won't serve that right now. I will let this cool and then divvy it up tomorrow because it'll just be that much tastier tomorrow. And it is so good. It actually didn't need any extra seasonings or anything. So, oop, dropped a little bit. So here's my cooked and drained spaghetti. Add a pat or so of butter just so that the noodles don't totally stick to each other. So I'm gonna serve this right here. Actually, no, my son will eat that. And then a nice dollop of sauce. And it is going to be delicious. I actually forgot to grab the parm, so let me get that real quick. There it is. This is absolutely delicious, and it freezes wonderfully. And then I will still show you how I package it up tomorrow. But this is the sauce. We had it the night that I made it for dinner, and then the next day for lunch. And then I just fished out the Parmesan rinds, and I'm pretty sure I'll get at least 4 like meal packets, I guess, out of this. If I end up with more, I will obviously write a couple more bags, but I'm pretty sure I will get at least this. and I'm just going to bag it up and put it in the freezer. So I have my sauce, and then it's always easier when I have a measuring cup, just for measurement purposes. So this is a 1 cup. It's also a little bit easier when, excuse me, this is my little snack lunch area. I have a Mediterranean couscous salad there. And it's always easier when my husband is holding the bags for me, but this is just gonna be how it goes. So get my bag. Hey, man, can you go play? Thank you. You can take these with you. Oh, okay, that's fine. So I have my bag. Now I'm going to add about 3 cupfuls of this. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be like the base amount that I add to the bags. And then I'm going to do 3 in the rest of them. And if there's enough left over, I will probably do 4 and then do a just another bag. There's not technically enough to do a whole other bag and add a little bit more. And with these, I definitely want them to be a dinner and a lunch, or at least 2 meals worth, just to, you know, stretch it out and stuff. And because the simplicity of having it already made. So I'm just going to divide the rest that's in there. Probably be about a 1/2 cup, give or take, extra for each bag. And that will really make it be enough for us for that amount of meals. Now you can obviously get a little more perfect about this and weigh it out so that each bag is exactly the same amount. That's as far as I go, and this will still be absolutely delicious and amazing and plenty for us. So I can pick this out very quickly and have it ready for us in essentially just the time it takes to cook the pasta and heat this up. If I know we're gonna be out or are super busy in the afternoon and I won't have time to really put anything together, I can just grab one of these bags and stick it on a plate outside. Not ideally food safe, but it's what we do. You do you, don't take my advice if you're not comfortable with it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do and what I would do. And then just quickly cook up the pasta, and then it's a ready, healthy meal that I can make for my family with very little hands-on time at the moment. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, flowers, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Ooh, if you do have any questions, write them down below and I will obviously get to you as quick as I can. Please follow me on Instagram. Like I said, I am much more active on there, and you see more of our daily kind of food life and even our farm life. So yeah, follow me on there. I will link it down below. Have a blessed rest of your day, flowers. Bye.